Happy Art Day. In this video, we are going to create a summer beach mural with texture. So this art project is all about texture. So on the next screen is all the basic items that you'll need. But if you have other items that you think would bring out your beach scene with textures, then please go ahead and use them. We are going to create a half underwater, half above water beach scene today. So follow along, use the ideas that I have, and we'll be giving as I make my mural, but be creative and make your beach mural your own. Okay, for the first step, I'm just gonna take my paintbrush and some blue paint. My page with a very thin layer of paint, and I'm not going to cover all the white because the bottom part of my page is going to be my underwater scene. So I wanted to kind of be translucent and different shades of blue. And in different directions, just to kind of create the waves of the ocean. And then, okay. And while that dries, what I'm gonna do, so I'm just working my way up. I actually got some fine dirt from my backyard. So I thought it would be kind of fun to create just a small area of sand before I do the sky. And I might even do some sand in the bottom part, like it's the bottom of the sea. So I'm actually going to take some glue and take another paintbrush because I don't want it to be goopy. I'm doing it this way so that I don't have big thick clumps. So I'm just doing a very small area of glue on the bottom layer, like it's the bottom of the sea. Make sure you have some type of plate or other newspaper to catch your dirt. So I'm just gonna and then do the same thing. Right here on the top. Taking that paintbrush and just kind of smoothing it out just a little bit. I'm giving texture, and even it's kind of cool that some of the dirt has stayed in the middle where there's no glue. So we're gonna put that aside. So I'm gonna take orange, red, and yellow. And these, I'm gonna do kind of like a sunset type of sky. But before I do that, I'm going to create my sand castle out of paper sacks. You can use scissors to cut, but I'm actually going to rip it so that there's a little bit more texture. You can also use this, if you don't have dirt, you can also use this for your beach, for your sand. The way that I like it. And then I'm going to crinkle it. So we're just going to set our castle aside for right now. So let's do our sky. I'm going to actually do kind of like a sun right here, and then all the bleeding colors from a sunset coming out. Blue, yellow, red, orange. You can use pink, you can use purple. It just depends. So I'm going to use, so I have these paint sticks that are really cool, so I'm just going to use those. This is kind of the base. It's not perfect, but okay, I'm gonna add the sandcastle, and I'm actually going to try and add a palm tree kind of right here where it's kind of bleeded a little bit. And I'm actually going to use the shadow of a palm tree. And it's going to kind of be at an arch. Use our puffy paint. I just added a shadow palm tree. Now we're gonna glue our sandcastle down. Again, you can use the paper bags for other things. You can use it for the sand or rocks even. And I'm not putting a lot of glue because I wanted to kind of seem 3D almost and not completely flat. So when I put the glue down, I'm not spreading all the surface area with it because I want it to kind of look 3D. So as you can see, the glue's not in every little inch of the spires. I might add a little bit more sand just on top of the sandcastle, just so that it blends in. So that's what I have so far. Now, I have an idea for this blank area right between the palm tree and the sandcastle, but I want to work on the undersea. So I have a couple things. I have stickers. You can get underwater stickers to use. You can create your own fish out of paper or draw it yourself. I'm actually going to create kind of some plants. I have this moss that I'll use. I'm actually going to use the paper lunch bags for like little rocks. Now if you had like Chanel or like yarn, if you have yarn, you can create tentacles out of yarn, things like that. So I'm gonna rip off another sheet of the paper sack to make like little rocks or kind of stones, kind of bring it into a ball, but crunch it up. So instead of letting it, so I'm gonna glue it like this, kind of right down here, so it sticks out. Just so I put here and then make sure that it stays in a round spot. I'm going to now add some moss. After adding moss, I'm adding my fish stickers. So whatever sea life stickers you have, you can add that. I am going to create kind of like this cave with a sea creature of some sort coming out of here. So how you do that, you can use paint, which I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try these paint sticks. I'm actually gonna use a brown first and create, adding a little bit of contrast. So this castle is just not one solid, so it looks more like wet sand or stone. See how that has changed that castle. Okay, so let's go and use this brown just to start, and I'm gonna create this. So at my house, I found these green Chanel things, as well as this crinkled paper that I'll use to make sea creatures in coral. So I'm gonna cut a small piece of Chanel and bend it in whatever direction so it looks like plants in a coral, and just kind of tuck it in and secure it, curling these and placing them just right there. Here, I think I'm going to try to use these crinkled papers for tentacles of a jellyfish. I'm just kind of grabbing a few of them. They're long, so I'm going to cut them in half. So again, what's fun about these art projects is you can find things around the house and create your own beach, ocean scene and provide texture and contrast. So I'm just going to collect a lot of these crinkled papers. You can make your own by doing the fan folding. So jellyfish have lots of little tentacles. And how I'm gonna glue them, I'm gonna just put some glue down all around them, like this. And then take my brown paper to color the brown paper, so I don't have to wait for it to dry. But I'm just gonna color it red since my crinkled paper is red. And I'm just kind of not doing it perfectly, just covering the brown with red. You can add different colors if you want. And then I'm just wanting to glue kind of the ends and the top and bottom so that the middle part, like it's stuffed, basically. So it looks, there's some tentacles. So just like that. I'll turn it around and show you kind of black paint and just add some fingerprint marks for bubbles. So this is what I have so far. I think in this spot, I'm gonna add one more surprise before I show you the final project. But my final mural, I added two beachgoers flying a fish kite, if you didn't notice. But I hope you enjoyed this art day project and it got you in the mood for summer. Happy summer, and we will see you next time.